Sunday evening and welcome to the CNC3 News. Days after a Chinese couple was murdered at their Cunupia business place, the Chinese embassy in Trinidad and Tobago has issued a security warning to all of its citizens residing here to heighten their awareness of security to ensure their personal safety as well as that of their businesses. The embassy also made an official appeal to the government asking for all necessary measures to ensure safety of Chinese nationals. On learning of the embassy's concerns, the Prime Minister, Kamla Persad-Bissessar, immediately directed her Minister of National Security to do everything in his power to assure the Chinese community that they have nothing to worry about.
The murder of two Chinese nationals on Friday sent shockwaves through the Chinese community as fears arose that Chinese businessmen are now under attack from local criminals. Fearing the repercussions this may have for relations between China and TNT, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar instructed National Security Minister Jack Warner to do what it takes to assure Chinese nationals that there's no need to leave this country. As a result, Minister Warner personally visited the relatives at the scene of the murder, Tiger's Chinese restaurant, on Sunday. Following a brief private discussion with relatives, Warner emerged telling us he has encouraged them not to give up hope.
I'm here to give them the assurance that there's no reason to leave the country. I'm giving assurance that this is still a lovely country in which to do business.
Warner says he has also instructed Foreign Affairs Minister Winston Dukran to meet with the Chinese embassy and assure them that Chinese nationals are not under siege. Meanwhile, he says the police service will be working to find the persons responsible for the murders.
I give a warning today. There shall be no mercy whatsoever when they are caught, wherever they are caught. We shall find them and they shall face the law of the land.
Warner learned from the couple's son, Yang Wu, that in her dying moments, Wu Xinghua pulled out keys from her pocket and a keychain bearing Mr. Warner's picture.
The picture was with her. When she got shot, she fell down and it broke. And guys, if for no other reason, the fact that she had carried that picture because she had faith in the government and more so in the Ministry of National Security, we owe it to her to find those criminals.
Deeming the murders senseless, foolish and brutal, Mr. Warner charged that those who shot and killed the couple were nothing more than cowards.
The victims must understand that we too as a government are feeling their pain. And beginning from today, I shall go to as many homes as possible to empathize with the victims of this brutality that's taking place on this land.
Warner told relatives they can expect more police patrols in the area and promised whatever help necessary to help relatives overcome their grief and reopen their business. The couple's son, Yang Wu, says he was grateful for the government's intervention.
I really thank you, sir.
Okay, come happy. Thank you. All right? And I tell you, we shall find the criminals.
For CNC3, I'm Ria Rambly.
Meanwhile, National Security Minister Jack Warner has condemned the alleged insolence of some police officers. The minister says an investigation will now be launched into the police response to the murder of those two Chinese nationals last Friday. Relatives of the murdered couple complained to the minister about some of the officers at the Cunupia police station, which the minister has described as an aberration.
Two policemen, who shall refer to the Commissioner of Police, because what they have told me about the policemen and what they have done doesn't make sense to me. I have their names, and today I shall write the Commissioner of Police.
The minister says he plans to meet with the Commissioner of Police on Friday morning to address this issue. He says police officers, like anyone else, must be held accountable. And he says, as the Minister of National Security, he will make every effort to deal with delinquency.
Talking to the Commissioner of Police on Friday morning at 5 a.m. because I hope by then I can make the wrongs as such. After having spoken to him, I shall begin to visit police stations the following week. Unannounced, I shall visit them to see for myself the conditions under which they work. If the conditions are bad, I shall do everything possible to improve them. Because you can't expect the police to give you 100% if in terms of conditions of service, of work and so on, we don't give them 100%.
A father and son are believed to have drowned after they disappeared in the waters off of Manzanilla Beach yesterday afternoon. Here's the report.
For the last 24 hours, the Emmanuel family of Valencia have been grieving. They have had to deal with the shock and loss of watching father and son disappear into the sea. But making their suffering worse is that the bodies of the men are still missing. Relatives say the family went on a camping trip at Belle Peace, a picturesque spot where the La Branche River meets the sea. At around 4 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, 63-year-old Mayhew Emmanuel went into the sea to pull up a fishing net he had set. When he got into difficulty, his son, 24-year-old Marcus Emmanuel, tried to save him.
Had a guy with them and he tried to help them, but he said time he reached them, he couldn't find them.
An intense search has been launched by the Coast Guard, Air Guard and lifeguards. But up to late this afternoon, the bodies had not surfaced.
Some time ago, he had a loss with his wife and one of his other sons, like some years ago. And now it's sad to see that, you know, something like this could come and happen. There's only two remaining members of the family right now.
Reporting for CNC3 News, I'm Charlene Ramdani.
Now, the Highway Reroute movement has erected its second camp today. This after the original campsite was demolished. That was about 3 weeks ago under orders from the Ministry of National Security. Now the protesters say they will not back down and they will fight all of government's plans to construct the highway through their communities.
Showing his swollen wrist from when he was handcuffed 3 weeks ago as police and the army demolished his group's campsite, head of the Highway Reroute movement, Dr. Wayne Kubal Singh, says the fight is not over. The frame of the movement's latest camp was being erected when CNC3 News spoke to Dr. Kubal Singh today. This camp is in Gandhi Village, Debi, about a mile from the first camp.
We are peacefully advocating, we are peacefully handing out pamphlets, and we're building a camp here of peace, where we hope to disseminate information to the public. The people here are people of peace and persistence, and ultimately we will prevail in the end.
The group expects its legal challenge against the demolition of the first camp to begin this week, and Dr. Kubal Singh believes their cause will be successful.
We need to build a camp, and it's going to be built on private property. It's going to be built close to the road where we can disseminate information. And it's a symbol of resistance against the state's atrocities against the people.
He adds that new notices have been sent to villagers.
They're saying they want to commence work between St. Mary's Junction and Mont Desir on 16th July 2012. And access to your property is required by that date. Yeah? And they say that they will go ahead with construction regardless of whether the person approves or not.
Reporting for CNC3 News, I'm Charlene Ramdani.
A 40-year-old man was gunned down in Belmont. This brings the year's murder toll to 229. According to the police, residents of Lovers Lane in Belmont, they heard gunshots just after 9 o'clock this morning. They immediately reported the matter to the police, and on checking, officers then discovered the body of Wayne Oliveira on the roadway. He'd been shot multiple times, and the man is believed to come from the area. Relatives were on the scene within minutes. Police are continuing investigations at that site. Now let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the latest update for you on the new traffic plan for West Port of Spain that comes into effect tomorrow. Stay with us.
Risk your life using ladders and homemade scaffolds. Rent your scaffolds and be safe. Visit DMA Transport and Scaffolding Services Limited. We specialize in tube and clamp, H-frame, cup lock, and acro props. We have an excellent reputation for our high-quality product, competitive prices, fast delivery times, reliable service, constant adherence to on-site safety, certified scaffolders. We also specialize in general construction and maintenance services. So visit or call DMA Transport and Scaffolding Services Limited, number 91st Street, Barataria. Telephone 674-6178.
Use NatMed spray or cream for instant pain relief of arthritis, muscular and back pains. NatMed is available nationwide.
Regular eye examinations allow me to determine prescriptions that will let you see more clearly, They also help identify serious eye disorders, including glaucoma and diabetic eye problems, which, without early detection, can result in devastating blindness. Regular eye examinations help you live a better, more comfortable life by delivering better care for your gift of sight.
The new traffic plan for West Port of Spain, it comes into effect at midnight tonight. And today work crews were busy along the Western Main Road in St. James. They were painting new street lines and new directional arrows. Old no entry signs for side streets as well as major roads, well, they were covered with black plastic bags. Western Main Road will be westbound from the police barracks right up to George Cabral Street. That's right near to the St. James Infirmary. Arapita Avenue will be eastbound. Tragarete westbound. Motorists should get their hands on maps that have been distributed in the area and definitely plan their route well in advance so to avoid going the wrong way. The St. James taxi drivers are reportedly planning to stay off the roads tomorrow as the experimental traffic plan comes into effect. A new charitable foundation is hoping to change the attitudes in society. The Rapid Fire Kids Foundation was launched last evening.
TV show host Kevin Rattiram is hoping his charitable foundation will make tangible changes in society. His foundation, the Rapid Fire Kids Foundation, was launched on Saturday evening. At the inaugural dinner, which raised $104,000 for the new charity, Rattiram spoke about his vision.
My vision for this foundation is that we will influence people to think a certain way, that we by our words and our deeds will instill a value of charity giving in our people, that we may become a compassionate people, that each of us will see ourselves as our brother's keepers.
President George Maxwell Richards, who attended the dinner, said poverty eradication is key to helping the country's children.
Poverty strikes a severe blow to our efforts to move this country out of third world status, and unless our children who are in need are rescued out of their circumstance and put on a good footing by way of education inter alia, the task will not be accomplished.
The president added the cycle of neglect and abuse is passed on from parent to child, and he had this bit of advice for the group.
Those whom you help must graduate into better situations, and that requires the long haul and sometimes unfamiliar routes.
The Rapid Fire Kids Foundation will embark on its first set of activities in the next few weeks.
In September, we will be taking 100 school children on a field trip to the Emperor Valley Zoo. In October, we will be staging a career guidance seminar for all secondary schools in Central Trinidad. In December, we will be doing a last day of school Christmas treat to a number of schools yet to be determined. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. This foundation has come to revolutionize the social and cultural landscape of Trinidad and Tobago.
Reporting for CNC3 News, I'm Charlene Ramdani.
Coming up, we have this evening's sports coverage. World Junior Bronze for the 4x400 relay men's team. Also, organizing committee makes a poor first impression at the Americas Federation Netball Tournament. But Calypso Girls trouts Guyana in a tournament opener. It's all next on Sport, though details after this.
I think as an artist, it's important to know who you are and what you're for. So it's good to come back home, come back to base, to my roots. If we are a dot, let's be the most creative, passionate, energetic dot they've ever seen. I for that. It's just that amazing simplicity that I love about Trinidad that continues to inspire me. What are you proud about? Tell us on Twitter by tweeting I4TANDT.
Where there's love for country, there's energy. Where there's energy, there's BPTT.
To alleviate traffic congestion in West Port of Spain, the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure is implementing an experimental traffic scheme in Woodbrook, St. James and their environs. Please take note of the new arrangements and plan your trips accordingly. The following are the new one-way configurations in the Woodbrook area. Aria Peter Avenue, one-way east, Tragreet Road, one-way west, Colville Street, one-way north, Damien Street, one-way south, and French Street, one-way south. Other changes include Baden-Powell Street, one-way east, Hunter Street, one-way east, Brabrand Street, one-way west, Deviltile Street, north of Aria Peter Avenue, one-way north, Cornelia Street, one-way north, Kavanaugh Street, one-way north, 5th Street, south of Baden-Powell Street, one-way south, Petrus Street, south of Baden-Powell Street, one-way south, Paul Carew Street, one-way south, and Havelock Street, one-way south. All restrictions, including parking, are indicated by traffic signs throughout the scheme. For further details, please check the press, the Ministry's website, and our Facebook page.
Serious about a career in accountancy? SAC has been a leading provider of accountancy tuition for over 25 years. With 3 locations in Chaguanas, San Fernando and St. James, SAC provides top-class tuition for ACCA and FIA CAT examinations. Our lecturers are experienced, professionally qualified and dedicated to the welfare of their students. Special congratulations to Ms. Candle Cuffey, first place worldwide in P4 Advanced Financial Management paper, December 2011.
And Tobago, come support our Calypso girls as they battle against the Caribbean, USA, and Canada at the Americas Federation of Netball Associations Championship 2012 at the Jean Pierre Complex, Port of Spain, July 14th to the 21st. Giveaways and door prizes to be won. Get your daily $20 tickets now. Available at TTNA box office. Jean Pierre Complex complements the Ministry of Sport, the Sports Company, Blue Water, Monster Energy Drink, Malta and National Flour Mills.
A second World Junior Track and Field Championship medal for us, Trinidad and Tobago, as the men's 4x400 men's quartet of Asa Guevara, Jareem Richards, Brandon Benjamin and Machel Cedinho secured bronze in today's final in Barcelona, Spain. The young TNT sprinters, they clocked 3 minutes, 6.32 seconds, finishing behind the USA and Poland. And yesterday, TNT's senior relay team of Rondell Sorio, Mark Burns, Emmanuel Callender and Richard Thompson, they took the baton around the track in 38.23 seconds. It was an impressive run at the London Grand Prix. TNT's last win before the event in 2008 went on to win silver at the Beijing Olympics just 1 month later.
Coming down steadily. It's a very heavy drizzle, I think you could say. Poland in 1, Great Britain 2, St. Kitts and Nevis 3, then the A team of Great Britain 4, Jamaica 5, Netherlands, France. Away they go. Now let's see how these changeovers go. Very important that the British team in particular, remember the 2004 Olympic champions, get this one. Christian Malcolm hands over to Dwayne Chambers. More danger, of course, in the wet here with that baton being very slippery. But down the back straight, the French have been caught up to some degree. They're on lane 8 by the Netherlands and Trinidad and Tobago inside them. Netherlands going very well. The French have got work to do there back on about 3rd or 4th place on the outside as they come into the straight now. The last changeover for the British team is Ellington to Lewis Francis. It'll be great to see the British team put a good together here, but Trinidad and Tobago win us by a country mile. That's a gap of 5 metres back to the Netherlands, and on the inside I think Poland. Great Britain probably 4th there, 38.23 the winning time for the Trinidad and Tobago squad. That was impressive. They are the silver medalists from the World Championships back in 2009, Trinidad and Tobago, but 4 good changeovers, we hope, bringing them home well clear and a long way ahead of their European opposition.
Now, yesterday's inclement weather dampened the atmosphere at the opening day of the Americas Federation of Netball Associations Championship at the Jean Pierre Complex. Now, due to the incessant showers, the outdoor court at the complex deemed to be unfit to facilitate either the opening ceremony or competitive play. This forced several mix-ups in the day's schedule, as Jassy Merrick tells us.
From as early as 3 p.m. yesterday, spectators were arriving at the Jean Pierre Complex, but whereas the opening ceremony and matches on the first day was scheduled for outdoors, everything was forced inside initially, causing only a minor delay. But following the official ceremony and parade of teams, there was an attempt to move back onto the outdoor court to better accommodate the large turnout. And that's where things went topsy-turvy for the organizing committee, which soon learned that the surfaces of the 4 outdoor courts had not dried sufficiently, lengthening the delay. Teams and officials were instructed to return to the indoor hardwood surface, which would only accommodate 1 match at a time and presenting even further delay, much to the dismay of eager spectators, as one fan who wanted to remain anonymous explained.
Trinidad and Tobago need to get their act together where sports is concerned. Netball in Trinidad and Tobago is under the radar, and we need to pump it up and bring it on top of the radar. We down here since 4 o'clock. Everything's supposed to start at 4:30, and we still here. It's minutes to 7 and nothing has started.
It's embarrassing for Trinidad and Tobago. They needed to do something better than this. This is really bad. And first impression counts.
An official statement from the technical director of the tournament read, the organizing committee expresses deep regret at yesterday's unfortunate and unavoidable turn of events, which resulted in tremendous disappointment for all of our stakeholders. In order to avoid any further such development for the duration of the tournament, a wet plan has been enforced whereby all matches would take place indoors with stuttered starting times, of which the public and all participating teams will be duly notified. Reporting for CNC3 Sports, I am Jassi Marik.
In spite of the lengthy delays through all 4 opening day matches, they did eventually come off and did well to ease the frustrations of those patrons. Now, in the opening match, America defeated Grenada, while in the big one, TNT's Calypso Girls, they dismantled Guyana. Again, Jassi Marik has the report.
Famous faces in the stands as patrons and at the very least the children remained in a buoyant mood. In Game 1, they saw the United States in blue looking comfortable taking on Grenada in yellow. The Spice Isle girls, though, showed that they could hold their own, exciting their audience with their brand and style. And they looked to be well into their groove here in the second quarter, another impressive sequence taking them to goal. But Team USA was not about to let their opponents run away with the match and roared back almost immediately. They led in all 3 quarters and rounded off an opening game win, 41-37 the final score. In Game 2, Guyana had first mention, but it was Team TNT that had the lion's share of support. And from the very first whistle, the Calypso girls proceeded to put on a clinic in courtcraft, goal shoot Anastasia Wilson finding her rhythm early. And once that had happened for the towering player with the flaming red hair, there was little the Guyana defense could do but spectate. She knocked down 88 of 99 attempts on the night. She had good support from the equally deadly Joelisa Cooper, who put in 11 from 12 as TNT went on a 13-0 first period run. Guyana's first goal of just 10 on the night coming here. The final score, TNT 104, Guyana 10, a perfect start for the tournament's defending champions. Reporting for CNC3 Sports, I am Jassi Marik.
In the other matches, Barbados were 102-13 winners over Bermuda. Jamaica, they downed St. Lucia 72-31. FIFA should strip the disgraced former boss João Havelange of his honorary title. Now, so says the president of the football's governing body, Sepp Blatter. This is just days after fresh allegations of corruption emerged. Blatter's comments mark a reversal now for the FIFA president after he had originally led a standing ovation for the ailing 96-year-old Brazilian Havelange at FIFA's Congress back in May.
Along with his son-in-law, Ricardo Teixeira, last week for accepting millions of dollars in bribes from a collapsed marketing company during the 1990s. Neither the former FIFA president, Havelange, now 96 and in declining health, nor ex-committee member Teixeira have ever faced disciplinary action from FIFA, but Blatter's adamant they're to be investigated by the organisation.
Turn around there from Sepp Blatter. Let's take a break. More of tonight's news after this.
Need to fix your plumbing, shower, or bathroom? Yes, we have that too. Pipes, shower fittings, toilets, the widest range of Makita, Stanley, and all other hardware supplies at competitive prices. Visit our website or come in today at 185 Union Road, Marabella. Southern Wholesale Stores Limited. More than just a hardware.
Look years younger. Chase those grays away with Biogen Permanent Hair Color in 12 colors. Ideal for men and women. Biogen is available nationwide.
There's one in all of us. Don't drink and drive. Designate a friend so you can lime again. Be the one. A message from the Trinidad and Tobago Beverage Alcohol Alliance.
Reconnect with your African ancient history by visiting African Trophies. Take advantage of our Emancipation Sale to enrich your surroundings with African arts, craft, clothing, and music at 40% discount. African Trophies, 39 Tragreach Road, Port of Spain.
Heavy winds today caused the collapse of the top floor of Zarina Mohammed's board house at Sunnymal Avenue, Calcutta No. 1, McBean in Couva. Ken Mohammed, one of the occupants of the house, said the event shocked all 4 residents in the house. He said at around 10 o'clock this morning, heavy rain started, and then he heard a crackling noise.
The breeze just started to blow harder, and then the rain was falling real hard. And they galvanized everything. The whole roof just went off with the side partition, and everything just went off. The TV, the mattress, the washing machine, everything, the beds, everything went.
The family was visited by local government minister Suraj Rambachan, who promised immediate help. He said a team would do an assessment of the damage, while government would supply around $25,000 in material from a local hardware tomorrow. Rambachan said he would also seek a grant for the family in order to replace some of their household appliances. Rudranath Indar Singh, the Couva South MP, said he had visited another family at Calcutta No. 3 who had also suffered with wind damage to their home. Tonight, we will also share with you the secret to a very long life. Well, at least one woman's secret. She is Mildred Charles, just celebrating her 102nd birthday. Relatives say she's absolutely free from sickness and ill health.
He's right.
Mildred Charles is a centenarian and counting. On Saturday, she celebrated her 102nd birthday with family and close friends in a Thanksgiving service at the Jerningham Junction Canoopia home. Mildred spent her special day in prayer. It's one of the 2 things that has helped her live a long life.
I didn't know it was even coming. He did pass, and he said, thank God for life, health, strength, and all that he had.
One of Mildred's 3 children, 67-year-old Louise Robinson, said her mother is a devout Christian whose good